All right. So we have teams to talk about and grades to give out. I was actually waiting for my undrafted free agent list to happen. It usually happens like a week after the draft. See if it would have changed my perspective on the actual draft, but not really. So let me give you my picks for the New York Giants and my grade for it, and you let me know what you think. If you're a football fan, I'm going to go over a lot of teams, so be sure to subscribe to the channel, especially if you're a Jets, Giants, or Bills fan. Um, that's why we call it Empire State Tripucks, representing New York. So, but we're going to go with the Eagles. We're going to go with the Cowboys. We're going to do a lot of teams as well. So, if you have any requests on teams that you want me to do the picks in the grade for, put them in the comments. Okay. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. And the goal is to get to 1,000 subscribers as soon as possible so we can start live streaming and get you guys and gals part of the discussion. Okay. So, with that, first round pick for the Giants, pick 24 in the first round, Deontay Banks. He's a defensive back from Maryland. He was a top 3 cornerback prospect. Okay, this is him right here. Top 3 quarterback prospect to boost the secondary. He's going to be an instant starter and probably the number 2 corner on the team. So they needed an impact player right away. And the Giants had a pretty good draft, by the way, in terms of overall quality. And this was a good pick for them. And they did move up for him, too, as he predicted they would, which is kind of crazy. Second pick, they went O-line, a big target here. I feel the Giant need at center. Okay, now it's going to be a competition for center here. John Michael Schmitz from Minnesota. Okay, he's going to be a third long-term building block on that O-line to go with Evan Neal and Andrew Thomas. So they are building some serious protection for Daniel Jones and Saquon and their wide receivers. So big, that's well done. This is the second round, the 52nd pick. Third round, the number 73 pick, Jalen Hyatt, a speedy and athletic, sizable wide receiver from Tennessee. Okay, this is also a trade up. They added another weapon here for Daniel Jones and the offense. He's got serious speed, and this is the guy. I don't know if you remember, had 5 touchdowns versus Alabama in one game against that defense. So talk about breakout speed and breaking tackles and all that stuff. Here's your guy right here, Jalen Hyatt, Tennessee. Next up, Eric Gray. They went offense again, giving more weapons for Daniel Jones, a running back from Oklahoma. Again, another depth and insurance piece. Okay, it's another good weapon behind Saquon Barkley. He's about 5'10", 210 pounds. He was first team Big 12 in 2022 and 23. He also had 1,366 rushing yards last season. So this guy can not only break away, but he can lengthen some of these runs too. So that's a well done pick on their part. Then you got Trey Hawkins, their number 6 round pick, 209 overall. He's a cornerback, another defensive back from Old Dominion, beefing up that defensive backfield. Okay, another depth piece also for the defense. They want, he wants to be a starter soon, so I expect a good competitive camp for this guy and him working hard to try to gain a starting spot in the next year or so. But he's also a special teams guy, so he's got versatility. 6'3", 195. And he's an extremely physical player. He's known for being a kind of a brutal physical player. So that's a good Giants type of player right there. Next up, 2 7th-round picks. Jordan Riley's a defensive lineman from Oregon, another depth piece for the defense. He started all 13 games as a senior, and he had 21 tackles and 1.5 sacks for loss. And he's also all academic. He's a very smart player. So you're adding high IQ, high intellect here on the defensive side for the Giants. So another good. And their final pick, 7th round, 254 overall, Javarius Owens. He's a defensive back from Houston. Again, loading up on defense all across the board here, this Giants team. Another depth piece. But he's an intriguing potential weapon, too. It means he's open to playing all defensive positions, including special teams. And he was projected to pretty much be a 3rd round pick in most draft boards. So he's likely headed to be a steal for the Giants. So, I mean, I don't know how he fell that far, and a lot of other people are confused as to why he fell that far too, but the Giants seem to have a pretty high-quality draft and overall got valuable pieces across the board, but they loaded up hard on defense too. But when you add a wide receiver, you add a running back, and a big offensive lineman, and then you just pack the defensive backfield and the front with picks. That's a pretty good balanced draft for me. So I give the Giants a B plus overall for my draft grade. So, and again, I think they did well. The Cowboys did well. We'll go over that. The Eagles did extremely well. We'll go over those as well. The NFC East kind of loaded up with some pretty good drafts across the board. So that's my picks, my grade for the Giants. Let me know what you think. Don't leave without subscribing. That way you don't miss anything else, guys. Have a good day.